did that take you? Because I'm like in my first few months, and I'm still just, I'm struggling with a lot of what happened. I'm very insecure about some things because I feel like I've been able to hide my mistakes behind my business, and now like I can't do that anymore. And so everything that I do, I feel like I'm just trying to figure it out. And I felt like I had my greatest hit at some point. So how long did it take you to be like, you know what, I'm not going to tell that story. I'm not going to let that story define me, because that's how somewhat of how I feel right now.
Yeah, it took a couple years, to be honest. I had to be in active therapy to get through it because, you know, if you're working every day, right, and some things are going to trigger you.
Yeah.
So in order to, you know, not be defeated by it, you have to have, you know, what is your defense mechanism? Like, how are you going to roll with these punches? And for me, it was therapy, because I had to understand, you know, what was my part in it, in terms of not using my voice, not seeing red flags, not, you know, being honest about, you know, what was going on, and then figuring out, what do I need to be successful in this business?
Right.
You know, like, what needs to be different? And, you know, for me, it's all in your mind. So from a psychological standpoint, I think therapy is the best way. There needs to be like business therapy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is some real stuff. It is.
And you feel like you're alone.
Yes,
you feel
you
like
do.
I would not have known that, you know, you gone through, you know, anything like that, you know, and so you think, you know, that you're alone.
Absolutely.
You do
in it, which is why I think too, I talk about it a lot. You know, now I talk about it from a place of, you know, ownership. You know, where I own me, and I don't talk about anybody else,
right?
You know,
right?
And so I share where I went wrong and how, and if I had done something different, that, you know, and so I share from that space, not pointing fingers, like, you know, stay away from this. And I share this is a mistake that I made in business, and now I'm sharing it, hopefully, so that you can learn from it.
It's a new narrative, because I feel like the startup narrative is very specific. Like, you go to an accelerator, you scale. Accelerator, scale. If you get into an accelerator, it's like, and then if you scale and you raise, but there's no narrative about this founder who started something and left. And like the company still runs. Well, there's not a lot of them, I feel like.
You start to see that as the companies are bigger. Because you know, at some point the founders get replaced by CEO or they move on. But you don't hear about it. There are probably more stories like yours than the ones that we read, you know, in the articles.
People don't understand, like, I'm happy, like, with what I've chosen. Like, I have a lot more freedom now, and there have been people that have tried to guilt me, like, you know, but you guys did so well, and you were like, Forbes is not the best thing I'm gonna do with my life. And that's what people would assume. Like, these are like people that would be close to me, and it's like, I have a lot in me that I want to use, and like, I have outgrown my space, and that's just what it is.
And I had to learn how to separate myself from the business.
Yes, you told me that, and that's a big one.
Because, you know, when I would go out, you know, people would see me and the first thing would say is, how's your company doing? Like, what about me? Like, how am I doing?
People do. I just thought about that. People do. That's the first thing. So how's business going?
How's business going? That's
as
the
if
first
they want
question.
you to tell them, like, I'm failing right now.
Right.
Money's not good. I'm not scaling. Like, they just want you to list all the things that's not.
I try not to do that, because I know that it's like,
how it makes you feel.
How it makes you feel.
We are individuals.
Because most oftentimes you're navigating a really big challenge. And so you can't be like, oh, everything's great. Like, you know, and sometimes it's not even, you know, the right environment to kind of open up. Or just, you know, consider the fact that you're a real human, you know, behind this brand and the business that goes through emotions and things like that. So to your point, like, what makes me happy, you know, because you have to maintain your own happiness to be your best self to run that business, right? So that really helped me too, to like take care of me as a person, because my whole life has been consumed with this company.
Yeah,
like
you've been grinding for a long time.
Yeah.